Hello everyone, welcome to the Terraform with Azure series, and today we are going to create a virtual network in the Azure environment with the help of Terraform code. Then we'll try to get the things so that we can reuse it, so put it in the variable, and if time allows then we'll create the module out of it and use the module for the virtual network. Okay, cool. So let's get started. I have created, this is my code, VS Code. So this is my folder. I'm going to create one file here named terraform.tf vars. I think I don't need it here, so let it remove. Let's create variables.tf and create main.tf. Main.tf, okay. We log in as AZ login. Okay, I'm already logged in. You can do AZ login and it will give you the prompt and you can log in. So that's why I don't need terraform.tf vars to put my information of security principal. I'm logged in here. And in variable, I'll definitely put the provider. We have already covered all that part. Okay, in the previous videos of Terraform with Azure. We have covered almost all kind of functions, syntax and everything, which is quite often used. Not all of them, they're like huge, but we'll be covering if anything comes in between or which is new. But for now, from this video, we have started creating the resources and making module out of it so that we can reuse it. Okay, great. So let's go and open. See, it has already been informed, you guys. No need to create the code which has already been created, right? So you know how to write the Terraform code, like just to remind you. Uh, if I type resource, it will give you type and name. You can type Azure RM resource group and give it a name and put in the information. So rather typing everything out, I'm copying it from the Terraform website, Azure RM Virtual Network. Okay, I need this, so I'm going to copy this and paste it here just to shorten the video as well, otherwise it will become boring after a while. And there are people like me who just see the how long is the video, whether I would have that long time to see it or not, that decides whether I'm going to watch it or not. So it's better save time wherever we can. You need not to copy. If you want to practice, you can type the code by yourself. It has already been covered how to type a code, the interpolation and all. Okay, so we got the virtual network examples as well. All right, now we do have subnet here. Let's copy these subnets. We have 3 subnets here. Okay, and let's go through the code. Azure RM resource group example. It gives some name, random name to the resource group, location. Now for the virtual network, it says name, location. It gives the Azure RM resource group dot example dot location, right? But it gives, or maybe it is old or new. Okay, no problem. We'll use our code writing knowledge to fix it. Okay, so it should be under the interpolation, right? So it should be like this. That's how we type, right? See, there is No issue anymore. Issue of what? The red squigglies at the bottom. We also need to put in the curly braces. Okay, very good. Now this is the address space. These are the subnet 1 address, subnet 2 and subnet 3. So the name of the resource group would be this: acceptance test resource group 1, location West US. Virtual network name is virtual network 1. Location, we took it from Azure RM resource group dot example dot location dot name. Okay, address space is this. Subnet is name, subnet 1, address prefix, 3 address prefixes. Okay, let's make it Terraform init. It says unknown root level key subnet. Okay, so we need to provide it is happening because the version is different. I'm pretty sure that's why this is happening. So rather do this, I can try to check once again if I can get some more information. See right here. So that's how it could be. We gotta provide the subnet as a resource, not just like this. So it is good if when you encounter the issues while you try to do something on live, then you know how the issue is resolved and how to approach those issues as well. Okay, so I find it interesting, and whenever I watch videos to learn, I always pray issue must come so that I could also see how the issues being taken care of. Okay, so the Azure RM subnet, just like resource type name. This example name is test subnet. Resource group name, we got it from the above interpolation. Same goes for the virtual name and the address prefix. Cool. Let's try to do Terraform init. Okay, I missed one bracket here, and there is one extra squiggly. Not this bracket, but that bracket. Hopefully, this should get it. Initiate. Okay, it worked. Right. If I do Terraform, apply, it will give us the information what it is going to apply. Okay, we are not applying anything, we are learning. So once we have the raw code with us, we need to make it reusable by putting the variables. Moreover, we have also covered the count function and the length function and the map variable. So we'll take care of the subnet as well if we need to create more than one subnet. Okay, it's going to deploy 3 resources. So let's break it. Now let's forget about this part. Okay, we'll add the subnet because we gotta add more than one. Let's just create the virtual network, but this time we are going to use variables. Okay, so that we can reuse this code. So how we use the variables? With the interpolation. Okay, that would be var dot, let's say, resource underscore group. Okay, we missed the $sign. Similarly for the location, let's put dollar and curly braces var dot location. All right, good. Similarly, we are going to create the information here for the var. There would be var.vnet. Okay, and location we are getting from here, resource group getting from here, address space. Yes, address space, we are going to make it a variable. Okay, var dot address underscore space. All right, now we need to define these variables here. So let's do variable name. It was resource underscore group. Okay, default. If you want to define any default, so let's say let's give some random name, the Bangarji. Yeah, the Bangarji. Okay, what all variables we need? We need the variable for the location. Let's make it location and give the default as, let's suppose, West US. Okay, what all variables we had? We had for the Vnet. Okay, let's give the default Vnet name. There was, let's give it Dabang Vnet. Cool. All right, so what all variables we had? Name is covered, location, resource, address space. There is one more called address space. Okay, so let's call variable address underscore space and give it a default value. That would be 10.0.0.0/16. Okay, cool. So whatever we have here hard coded now is defined in the variables. Cool. Let's try to initiate Terraform init. So Terraform plan and wait to see if everything is okay. Okay, it should be. We have not done anything else, just made the variables of the hard-coded values. Cool, we are good till now. Let's get back to the subnets. Okay, so it would be a little tricky, but don't worry, we have already covered that part in the previous videos, so you could relate it. So let's resource type Azure RM underscore subnet. Okay, let's put the subnet as a name. Now what we need? Name. Okay, what would be the name that we would like to give from the variable perspective? Okay, so what we will do, we'll do the interpolation sign var dot name. Okay, then we need virtual network name that we'll get from the same way, var dot var it should not be var, but let's do Azure RM virtual network dot example dot name. It would be referring this guy. Okay, cool. Similarly, it would need resource group name, right? So let's give the resource group name and interpolation sign from the Azure RM resource group example dot name. Okay, so these values would come from the variables, and for this guy, for the subnet, these value would come from here, and these value come from variables. Okay, good. Now let's put the address prefix. Address prefix. Let's again put the same thing. See, we are just doing the same thing again and again, so it's better to know how to use the registry and the modules. Once you have your code, well and good, just make a module and keep it in the GitHub or Azure repos, so that rather typing again and again, you can just refer that code. Okay, so address prefix var dot subnet prefix will create this variable. Okay, all right, till now all cool. The only variable we gotta create is the name. All right, or let's make it subnet name and the prefix. Get back here, create variable name subnet underscore name and default value, give it a default value, or let's call it subnet 1. You can call it anything like front end, back end, web subnet, db subnet, anything. So for practice purpose, we are just not getting into the technicality but learning the code. So that's it. And then we had the subnet prefix. Okay, subnet prefix. All right, let's make it default. Default value would be 10.0.0, let's take 1.0/24. Okay, hopefully things seems to be okay now. Let's try to initiate and Terraform plan. Cool. So we have converted everything as a reusable code, and till now all is successful. We got the Vnet, we got the resource group, we got the subnet. Now one more addition you got to do. Here we are only creating one subnet, but that's very unusual. In ISC or in environment building, you got to create at least more than 3 or 4 subnets. So either you can hard code it, it's not a big deal if the names are different, but if names could be relevant like subnet 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can still use it, right? Let's try to see what we can do. Okay, so we can use the count function. All right, so and count can get the number of subnets with the help of length function. Okay, let's put it, let's make 3 subnets. Go to subnet name. Okay, and let's make 3 subnets. Okay, Just clearing the things out. Okay. Subnet 1, subnet 2, and subnet 3. It should be in this braces, of course. That's a list. Oh, my bad. All right, see, this quickly just went. Now, the thing is, we can get the value of count with the help of this length, comma and comma, 1, 2, and 3. And how would we get it? We just go here and we'll create a count right here. Count. And how it is counting? Our favorite interpolation sign, and we're going to use length function. Length list. And what is the list? Var dot subnet name. That is the list. So it will count to 3, 1, 2, and 3. So it will create 3 subnets. Subnet 1, subnet 2, and subnet 3. But we also need to give the values. Okay, so let's define the values here. All right, let me copy this, put it like this, and make 1, change it to 2, change it to 3. Okay, so for subnet 1 we want this value, for subnet 2 we want this value, for subnet 3 we want this value. As per our code, we got the information of 3 subnet names. Okay, subnet name from here. Now we need to get these value in the address prefixes. That's the count. We'll get the value under the subnet name and the address prefix, both places. So how will we utilize count? With the help of index, of course. So you gotta put the curly brackets for count, and you gotta use index dot index index. Okay, 3. It will choose 1 out of subnet name like this, 1, 2, and 3. And the address prefix, you're going to do the same thing here. Okay, count dot index. All right, cool. Now you can see, just try to understand, be with me. Count is 3. Why? Because subnet names are 3 under the list, separated by comma. So the length function will give you the count 3. Now under the name, it will do count.index. See, we got 3 names. It will go through the loop. First, it will choose subnet 1 in this virtual network, in this resource group, and the address prefix count.index. This address prefix, first one, and loop finish. Then again, it will go until the index ends, and it will end at the 3. Okay, let's do it. Terraform. I always write in it, but I don't think we need to write in it again and again. Plan. All right, it's running. So once this is successful, we are almost there. We have the code for the virtual network and the subnet, and we just need to check the variables, change the variables, and everything would be in place. Okay, seems it's working. It will work. Then now we gotta make this as a module so that we can reuse it rather typing or spending 30 minutes to write this code again and again. Cool. So how can we make this as a code? We need to create a folder we have already covered how to create a module, so we're creating this one. Let's name it module. Okay, cool. And now move these both the resources inside the module. Cool. These are two in the module, and in the main we can get rid of this, and of course we don't need variables, it is already defined there, or we just keep the provider. All right, now come to main TF. What we need, we only need the module. Okay, what is the name of the module? Module. What is the source? Module. Okay, now if I go ahead and do Terraform init and wait, see the module is initiated. You can see once I ran it, it runs some binaries for the modules, some plugins installed, and do Terraform plan. Okay, I spell it wrong. Terraform plan. It should plan the same 5 resources: virtual network, resource group, and 3 subnets. That's what it is doing. But the beauty is all the variables that you have defined, you can choose accordingly once you're referring to the module. Okay, for example, here, let me go to these variables just to save some time and copy it from, we don't need, we only need resource group. Okay, come here and paste it here, resource group. Go to main again, copy location, paste it here. So you can give the value here. Let's make it name of the resource group. I'm gonna make it as give me some name, build RG. Okay, and let's make the location West US, or we were doing the West US before. Let's make it East US. Cool. Now if I do Terraform plan, it should pick these values because we defined here, and inside it is in the variables. Okay, let's see the result, and then you can define each and every value which is in the variable. See, East US and build RG, the name has changed. Similarly, you can go to variables and get the Vnet. Come here on the main, put it here, make it build Vnet. Okay, and you can do Terraform plan, and now this time the name of the virtual network will change. And similarly, you can change the subnet network and whatever you need. Okay, and you know, this is the subnet. I think we did not check it. Let me show you again. See, East US build RG, subnet 1 build RG build Vnet, subnet 2, this is the 1, 2, and 3, the same way I told you. So that's how it is. And you can say you have your module with you. You can go to the folder, virtual network and module. You can save this anywhere and you can reference it locally or as well as to the GitHub. Okay, so that's all about virtual network through Terraform code, and slowly and steadily we'll cover each and every resource, and we'll do the variable and modules so that we can reuse it again and again. Well, thank you for watching. You have a good day. Bye bye.